Good morning everybody, welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great and welcome to this new video on Fantom, or should we say Sonic, because right now the rebranding is almost through. As you can see on CoinMarketCap, it's now Sonic, previously Fantom, and a lot of exchanges right now are delisting and closing all the Fantom denominated pairs for futures, but also Fantom in general. So in short, we're going to start calling it Sonic, and that's the end of an era, but we have to, I think. So at this point of time, because a lot of the exchanges have been delisting Fantom, what that means is that it's going to be a completely fresh chart. All right, no chart history. I still remember some of the previous amazing support levels we had, but ultimately, at this moment, it's all new, and what we are seeing right now, and that's also why I wanted to make a video, is that exchanges are relisting Sonic. Of course, that's probably going to happen over the next 3 days. I know that Binance is going to list Sonic and all its derivatives contracts on the 16th. So the next 3 days and this week is going to be quite crucial for Sonic. And I would actually say it's actually not that bearish that Sonic has actually been delisted. Because what you can see right now, this is the price on Maxi, and I think you can also see it on CoinMarketCap relatively well. Sonic has actually been holding its levels fairly well. I mean, 67 cents, that's obviously down a bit, but for the last 24 hours, we've been holding the levels around 70 cents fairly well, while the market has actually been dropping down quite a bit. And still at this point of time. Although I must say, altcoins are actually regaining some ground right now. What we saw the entire morning is that Bitcoin was very strong. Altcoins a little bit less, but yeah, so that's reversing a little bit. Some stronger altcoins are at least finding some bottoms. But the big question is, well, what will Fantom or what will Sonic do? And that's a very good question. First of all, if we take a look at the fundamentals, at this point of time, Sonic is sitting at lower than a $2 billion market cap. I would say that's fairly low, because Sonic as a network is actually starting to grow relatively well. Right now, the total value locked is at $183 million. I don't have a lot of data on DEX trading volumes, etc. But what we are seeing is real growth. All right, and I think in general, and I've spoken about this very, very often in December and November, and a lot of you know that I bought a lot of Fantom back in November. A lot of you know that I was and still am, even though I'm not too happy about the whole transition process. I'm still very bullish on Sonic. I think a lot of aspects they have on the chain are bullish, and even though there is some FUD about the chain, I think this TVL growth is actually a good sign of growth. In general on Sonic. And then if you take a look at this TVL and just in general the potential and the market cap of $2 billion right now, and the sell-off that we have seen over the last month, I would say it's quite likely that we will see some more bullish momentum after all the relistings are done. Outside of that, I still think, looking at the wider markets here, that this level here between 92 and 91,000, even though it's very dependent on the macroeconomics, I think ultimately for Bitcoin that will hold. I think the Bitcoin dominance is at resistance, so I think a lot of altcoins actually have a good chance to become bullish later on this week. So that combination of all those new relistings, the major sell-off we had last week, the fundamental growth that Sonic has, and my expectation for this week, I do think Sonic can actually rally this week. But ultimately, I mean, I cannot really analyze the chart right now, so that's a bit of a pain in the ass. I will keep you updated on this later this week if we actually get those listings, right? I'll be back with a new analysis. For now, I would say it's most likely that the major support we have between 60 and 65 cents will be tested, because at this point of time, it is still mostly bearish pressure for altcoins. So I think that will be tested, but I also do think that it will hold, and that later on down this week, we can actually see a nicer move above 75 cents and into the 80s. But that is something I will keep you updated on later. For now, I think that's what you need to know regarding this week and Sonic in general. If you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments. For now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.